My name is Mike Sullivan. Welcome to my YouTube channel. I'm a former agent. I worked there over a decade. I was a teaching instructor while I was there. And by the way, my YouTubes are short, sweet. They're about, I don't know, 3 minutes long. I do appreciate you subscribing to the channel or liking it or whatever you're supposed to do. Today I want to talk to you about IRS tax audits, and you don't have records to substantiate your information going to Internal Revenue Service. What should you do? You really don't have to worry about that if you don't have all the records. You can actually reconstruct your records, and IRS can accept those records, and you can take those all the way to court. Most people that go through IRS audits, their records are scarce. When I say they're scarce, IRS usually has tracked your income, bank statements, or got your income from third-party information, but the information you put on there, such as expenses, to deduct and lower your tax bill, you don't have. Look at my M&M man. He's trying to like creep up on me. Yeah, he's kind of photoshopped me. Anyway, what you do is you put a good log together on what your expenses were, and everyone knows you have expenses. As a collection agent, when people came in to show me their stuff, and they didn't have every bill, and let's say they were a painter, for instance, well, there's certainly painter costs to that. You got paint, you got your brushes, you got stuff all associated with that. Same thing in the construction. There's natural costs with every piece of income that you bring in. What your job is to put a nice log together. So a lot of times you can go to vendors. If you use 2 or 3 vendors, go to those vendors and ask them for copies of your receipts. If not, break down job by job by job and say, hey, here was my job, this would have been my spend. IRS can accept those reconstructed records. A lot of people, I'm in the South Florida area, there's a lot of people that haven't filed. IRS has nabbed them, and they said, hey, Michael, I don't have anything. I says, well, did you pay by check? Well, some. Well, bring the checks in. Let me see. Let's reconstruct them from the checks. They say, well, I paid by cash. Then that's what I say. I go and send them to the vendors and say, well, get your bills from the vendors. They say, well, maybe the vendor doesn't want to give them to me. That's okay. Go ahead and show the job, show the receipt for the job, and then you reconstruct what that job would have cost you. If you put nice records on reconstruction together, the agent usually will accept those, but they have to be neat and they have to be put together. So I just want you to know those are available. There's court cases really on these, so don't be afraid to go ahead. There's a thing called the Cohan rule, by the way. The Cohan rule was actually it was the Cohan rule is interesting. If you ever heard the song "We Give My Regards to Broadway" or the Damn Yankees, Cohan did this. He didn't have his receipts, so Judge Leonard Hand ruled if you could reconstruct those records and bring them in based on reasonableness, that IRS would accept them. And sure enough, they got accepted, and the Cohan rule lives today. Just do a great job of reconstruction. If you have problems, give us a call. Thank you. Please subscribe here.